Good morning everybody and welcome to the V-STROM, the first commute on the Suzuki V-STROM 1050DE, and it's basically feeling like a very good decision to get this motorcycle. It definitely ticks a lot of boxes for me, and if you see my video, I'll put a link up here as to why I decided to go for this, then you'll probably see why as well. Because, well, I'm obviously commuting in on it at the moment. One of the reasons why I'm not using the MT-01 is because my back tyre might be a bit naughty. I didn't realise how naughty it was until I got back from bike night on Wednesday and noticed it's very naughty. So yeah, I won't be using that until I can get that sorted out, and that may have to wait a little while because I've just forked out for this bad boy, and tax and insurance and everything on this, so a little bit shorter on funds than I usually am. So the back tyre on the MT-01 will have to wait, but it can't wait too long because it's due an MOT in July, so we'll get that sorted ASAP. But yeah, so I found the best commuting mode is the traction control on 1, the SDMS or the power level on B, which makes it a bit smoother. It's actually really smooth. I mean, it's smooth enough even without the traction control on, but when you turn the traction control off, it likes to get the front wheel up in the air a little bit actually. I'm certainly not going to do that on video on public roads, but yeah, the front wheel does come up. It's quite fun. But I am still mega happy with this bike. God, it's very warm this morning actually. Still getting used to the quick shifter. I do like the quick shifter on when you're shifting it, when you're going for it. It's really nice and smooth, but it ain't so brilliant at lower speeds than when the engine's cool. Once it's warmed up and you're going a bit, it's nice and smooth. But I do feel like this bike handles incredibly well, and I haven't even fiddled with the suspension. Obviously it's fully adjustable, back and front and rear. But I do like the way it feels in standard setting. I guess they're standard settings. Well, what's all this on the floor here? Hopefully it's just water. But there's something hopefully going to go here. I'm looking for something to go there, so watch this space. So I'm going to get some sort of, well, you can probably guess what it is, but when it arrives we'll go from there. The bike has its first service next week down at Bridge Motorcycles. Not first service, it's actually its second service, as the bike has done 530 odd miles. It had a service at 369 miles, which is because it was in its first year before it reached its 500 miles. Then it did sod all, did about 100 to sort of 50 to 100 miles. So I've got the second service booked down at Bridge, and then hopefully we should be service free for a while. And like I've explained before, I do like to do my own servicing, but I'm going to do as long as I can on this, just to keep up that warranty. I need to find out whether Suzuki will be happy you're doing it yourself as long as you use Suzuki recommended stuff, but I don't think that's an option. because I would like to do my own servicing. It is a bit of a pain in the backside going 45 minutes away to sit and wait for someone to service your bike when you know very well you're more than capable of doing it yourself. And also 250 quid lighter for the privilege. But hey, that was the decision I made with this bike, and that was one of the reasons I was not sure on getting a brand new bike, or a newer bike, or a nearly new bike in this case. But also the bike is still relatively new, so I'm still sort of practicing the run-ins, but obviously you don't know, you never know whether anybody else has been good to this bike before you've had it. So you just got to sort of expect that it has been running properly and just sort of follow your instinct, I guess. I mean, looking into it, it's a very solid engine, touch wood. So yeah, hopefully shouldn't be too important. But the bike is super smooth. I do like its smoothness, which is unusual from a big V-twin. But I guess in the weight of the bike and everything else, the engine braking is definitely there. When you put the bike into the lower modes, I guess it is, so C mode, the engine braking seems to get a lot less. Or is that the traction control? I don't know. But when you turn the traction control right onto gravel mode, the engine braking seems better as well. Like not as beastly, not as abrupt. Not like, I mean, what I'm used to with the MT-01 is just, you know, as soon as you're off the throttle you have to pull the clutch in, otherwise the bike comes to a stop almost. You know, you're constantly feathering that clutch, whereas I don't have to do that on this one, which is nice. Very nice indeed. Because I didn't want, I mean, I love the MT-01 to bits, I love its character, I love the way it is, but it can be fatiguing, and this, you know, I wanted a bike that wasn't fatiguing. I've changed the screen to dark because I like that. I like the dark screen. I feel like it's a bit easier to glimpse at. It's not so in your face as the white one. You can change all that in the settings to just be constantly on the black screen, the dark screen, which is nice. But I like the riding position. I like the fact that you're very high up on this bike and you can look down at everybody and look down your nose at them and say, look at me on my V-STROM, look how big and powerful I am. What a beautiful day. I think we got a weekend of niceness and then that's it, all done. End of that spell of lovely weather. On that note, on that bombshell, I want to say thanks very much for watching. This is your first time watching, give me a like, give me a subscribe. I'll see you next time on Tom's TC.